Hi, I'm Corey Campos, and this is my food science midterm. I'm going to be making double fried plantains, or they're also known as tostones, and also talking about smoke point with oils. For my ingredients, I have Crisco, which is currently heated up. It's ready to fry with, which is that's what we're going to fry the plantains with. That's why we have it. And then we have plantains, which is the body of the food. Obviously, they've been cut up. And then just salt for seasoning afterward. And then we also have a cup here for the smashing process. So the first thing we're going to do, since this is ready to go, just going to put the slices of the plantains in. And we're going to let these cook for about 4 to 5 minutes, or until they get kind of like a golden color. And then we'll actually take them out, put them right back on the board, and smash them flat, and then put them back in and fry them again. The reason for this is that the smashing will allow the second frying to be able to penetrate more of the actual plantain and to make it a little bit more crispy, fry it more, all that good stuff. I'll talk about the frying process in general right now. When you're frying foods like this, you're using the high temperature and high heat of the oil to give you really, really fast cooking. And it actually, the way it works is that the oil cooks the water in the food, and you're almost steaming the food like that way, as long as you don't leave the food in for too long. And as long as you don't leave it in too long, the oil penetration isn't too much, and it'll just crisp out the outer edge of the food. And obviously, when you fry with oil, you really want to watch out for the smoke point of whatever whatever kind of oil you're using. So smoke point is when the fat in the oil breaks down to a point where it becomes a visible gas or a smoke, and it'll impart a terrible burnt chemical flavor into the food, which is not good. So you really want to avoid the smoke point. The smoke point for Crisco is about 360 degrees, so I'm hoping not to find that out in real life. And then in general, smoke point depends on the free fatty acid content of the oil. The lower the free fatty acid content, the higher the stability of the oil will be, and a higher temperature for the smoke point. So there's a lower free fatty acid content in vegetable oil versus animal fat, and lower in refined oil versus unrefined oil. Also, we have something called flash point, which is when the oil starts to light on fire, but it ignites, but it won't stay lit because it's not hot enough to keep everything on fire. But we also have fire point, which is the temperature at which the oil will just light on fire and continue to stay lit. I really, really hope we don't find that point, because that would be terrifying. So we're going to let these cook a bit, and then we'll come back at the end to show you the results. So right now they're done cooking for the first fry. So I'll real quick show you the smashing process, which is normally done with a kind of a wooden hinged board, but since we don't have that, we're going to use a glass to just press down and smash them. Works just the same. So just real quick, just take the glass and push down. And then once they are smashed, you're going to put them back into the fryer and let them cook for another 3 to 4 minutes until they're a darker golden brown. And then they're actually done. You can season them. So we'll get back to you when that's ready. Okay, so these are about done. We're going to take them out, and the last thing we actually have to do is just season them. And you don't have to season them, but it's really up to you for taste-wise. You can season them with almost anything, I guess, whatever you prefer, but we're going to use salt because that's nice and neutral. Let me just get the rest of these out. And luckily I can say that, or happily, I can say we didn't reach smoke point with this oil because we didn't go too high, and that's good because they'll definitely taste better. But that's something you always have to watch out for when you're making double fried plantains or anything where you're going to be frying with oil. Stove off and just quick sprinkle with some salt. And they're ready to go. Thanks, I'm Corey Campos, and this is my food science midterm.